Hi you guys. Okay, once again the view's gorgeous. Do you see the geese in the background? Well, anyway, oh yeah, so I had just been kicked out of Colombia, Bogota, and so there was an opening for, well, we didn't know yet there was an opening, but friends of mine in Colombia, the leaders there, had a friend who was a leader in Puerto Rico. And here I said it, American, Puerto Rico or whatever. But anyway, so she felt it was okay for me to go there. There was a very, very small team there that was just trying to get started. They had, it was a really wonderful people. But anyway, so I flew there, and I ended up being there for 1.5 years. And whereas my best friend in England had been Marina, now God gave me another best friend named Mari, and she was from Finland, is from Finland. And anyway, so I had a really hard time in I'm going to say it American style, Puerto Rico. I had a really hard time there. It was not easy for me because I don't know why. I don't know why. It was more preparation for marriage and stuff like that. But anyway, the one big shining light was my friend Mari from Finland. And congratulations to her. She just got married. But anyway, and she's in Finland again. But anyway, so during that time, all of my crap started to rise up again, big time. Big time. And there was a wonderful girl there who I love so much, but who, I don't know why, you know, I love her so much to this day, but we were like butting heads, right? And if you remember from before, oh, I did it again. Last time I was supposed to say happy birthday to my friend Dom Harkin in Australia, in Sydney, Australia. He turned, I forget how old, on, was it 18? I think 18 on October 22nd. So it's belated, but I love you, Dom, and happy birthday. Okay, now back to the story. Okay, so anyway, what happened was, that I was, my crap started to rise up again big time. And I forgot to tell you, when I was in England, I had another episode, huge. This time, I attacked physically my leader, this older woman. I was in my 20s, she must have been late 40s, maybe, or early 40s. But anyway, she, wonderful, wonderful person. But you know, the authority was, you know, she suggested something to me, and I couldn't handle anybody saying anything to me, and I physically attacked her. And anyway, I forget what the consequences were there, but I survived. But anyway, and I deserved whatever I got. But anyway, so in Puerto Rico, all my crap started to rise up again. I didn't physically attack my friend, but I had so much anger, so much anger. And so the leader of the base, she prayed with me and stuff, and she told me that my punishment or whatever was to read and meditate on this scripture. And this is the scripture in the Bible that describes love. So as I'm going to read it to you, and you're going to see that I was not any of these things. And her doing this, it was supposed to help me, but at that time in my life, because I felt so rejected, just a deep rejection, and just so icky. I'm sorry, I'm getting hot. So icky. I was still so immature. All I did was take it as rejection, because when I would read this and think, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that, right? It only made me feel like there was no hope for me. later on, much later on in my life, God healed my heart, did a miracle, and then He started to manifest all these good things in this through me, and started to show His love through me. But at that time, it's like it seemed impossible, because it says, 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, it says, love is patient, love is kind, and is not jealous. Love does not brag and is not arrogant, does not act unbecomingly, it does not seek its own, is not provoked, does not take into account a wrong suffered, does not rejoice in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. As I read that, it seemed like it was hopeless. It seemed like there was no hope at all for me, because there was no way I could make myself be any of these things. And I was the opposite of all of these things. So I just squished it all down, all of my anger, all of my, and I just continued to pretend. And I think the church is filled with a lot of people who are in that same predicament. Their heart's good, they try, they believe, but they don't know how. They don't know how. They think that they themselves have to be love, have to be patient, have to be all these things. And so they try with all of their heart, and it ends up being a futile experience, because there's no way any of us in our own strengths can fake it. Even though our heart's good and we're Christians and we try, the only way that I found out much later in my life is God has to heal our hearts and do it through us. So, anyway, that's my little thing for today. And I love you guys, and dream big and go for it.